Hello friends, I am DattatreyaTapkeer. Today I would like to share with you two steps in meditation. Very simple steps. The first step is in meditation, first close your eye. Of course it should have been eyes, but purposely I am doing it in a singular. First close your eye and then close your I, that is single I, capital I. That is I myself. So that's the trick. Meditation, as often it is said, that it's an act actually. It is action, it is act, it is a kind of a ritual, it is kind of to do something. All these things come in the very beginning. That you have to do it, you have to purposely do it, you have to sit properly, you have to sit erect, and then you have to close your eyes, and then you have to take your deep breathing. All these things are naturally told. But all this, let us summarize them into one first step, that is close your eye. This closing the eyes is very important, because that separates the two worlds. When your eyes are open, you are connected with the external world, with the outer world that is there. You are just looking here and there, surrounding, and you are totally involved in the world that is outside you. And hence, it is always said that in meditation, the very first condition, a very natural, obvious condition throughout, which has been followed in the entire world from ancient time, that has been to closing the eyes. So you have to close the eyes, because this is a very symbolic act. It's not it's very strange. When you close the eyes, naturally it becomes very easy to go inward. Because if meditation is supposed to be the journey which is towards inside, you are going inner, you are going deeper into your mind, and then naturally the eyes which are taking you out, which are always attracting you towards outer world, that force, outer force, that external force is automatically stopped. Closing the eyes is a simple thing. Even the small children also know that when they close their eyes, they start concentrating. So in any kind of act of concentrating or thinking deeply, or expecting some creative act from you, solving any problem or going deeper into it, any kind of pondering over, all these things are naturally done. Not even that, but even this listening to music, or listening to anyone for that matter, listening to a particular lecture, whatever, there you naturally close your eyes. Because closing the eyes leads you to concentration. That leads you to a kind of dharana, which in Ashtanga Yoga, that dharana is given. So for dharana also, for visualization, for imagination, for thinking deeply, all these inner things, the very first obvious condition has to be naturally closing your eyes. That's why in this title I have said, first close your eye. Now I wanted to rhyme that word I with the singular I, that is single common capital I, that is myself. That's why instead of saying eyes, I said I. So second step happens to be important. Once you go inside, once the eyes are open, so that the doors taking you to outer world are closed, all the possibilities with which you are connected with the outer world, with which you are flickering your mind, and you are disturbed all the time, and you are running here and there, you are thinking so many things about, all these things are naturally, they are coming through your eyes only. And that's why closing the eyes has been an important condition. But what then? When you close your eye, what happens then? Do you think the moment you close your eyes, then something strange happens? Immediately you go to see the heaven, or immediately you see the entire divinity there? No, we are not used to it at all. We are simple human beings. We are just on the path of spiritualism, and we know that when we close our eyes, well, though it hinders the vision outside, though it stops your looking outside, but does it help you to look inside? Of course it helps. But can you expect everything to happen immediately when you close the eyes? What happens then? Of course, the things that you see outwardly, you start remembering them. And that's why closing the eyes is, in fact, we expect that while closing the eyes, you have to be in the present. But that never happens. Strangely enough, we either go into the past for our own deeper memories that had been already there, or we jump into the future which would be there. We start imagining. So either we remember or we imagine. Of course, that's a very good thing for concentration anyway. You can have in the very beginning, you can go on. Don't be disturbed at all. Go on remembering whatever you remember. You can classify your remembering. You can give some particular subject to that remembering. That, okay, I will remember only these many things. You can give the title to that. You can classify that. You can specify that I will remember only about my school days. I will remember only about my college days. I will only remember about the family affairs. I will remember about my office and professional affairs, etc. So in that you can focus your attention on remembering, which will help you still go deeper into the finer concentration. Similarly, regarding imagination of the future, there again you can say that I will imagine about this only. I shall imagine about my health, I shall imagine about my wealth, I shall imagine about my friends and relatives, whatever. So either maybe memory from the past, or it could be imagination in the future. In both the cases, you can focus your attention on certain specifications. That's not wrong. There's nothing wrong in that. That's okay. Well, in the beginning, you can stick to that, either imagination or imagination or the memory. But the best practice, the real meditation, happens only in the present. You have to catch that moment which is in the present. And that's very interesting. That's perhaps that is difficult in the beginning, but it's damn interesting, I tell you, please believe me. Be in the present. Not even a second, not even a moment, a fraction of a moment going into the past, or not even the fraction of a moment going into the future. No past, no future. No past, no future. Just be in the present. Just catch that moment where you are. Well, about remembering, going into the past. Who remembers? You. That means from your point of view, you call it as I. I remember. Similarly, who imagines? I imagine. So I remember, I imagine, I happen to be doer. I happen to be the person who is, involved in this action. So I am responsible for that. Either I remember or I imagine. Because before that, I had closed my eyes. I have sat there. I have taken the posture of sitting in some Sukhasana, Padmasana, or whatever it is for your meditation. So all these physical things I myself have done, and then I start remembering, or I start going into the future for imagining. But now the point is, when in the present I am there, who is there in the present? You have to say, I was, I will be. Now, tense-wise things, past and present. I was, I will be. I was living at that time, and these many things I have experienced which I can remember. Or I will be in the future, which I can imagine these many things might be happening in my life. I can expect them. Or I can be also afraid of certain things in the future. You can be afraid of things in the future because they haven't yet taken place at all. So either you can be very happy, you can be expecting about them, or you can be, fearful about the things, to what if this might happen. But when you come out of these two clutches, eyes closed, sitting calmly, taking deep breath, eyes closed, no connection with the external world, and from inner your life, no connection with the past, either in the form of a memory, or no connection with the future in the form of imagination, then what remains? And there, the second step comes in. When I say, first close your eye, and then close your I capital I. I means your feeling of I-ness. I am existing. Aham Brahmasmi, as it is called. I am there. So this I-ness, I am, this very feeling of I, you have to close it down. What to do exactly? And actually, it can be looked from both perspectives. Either you have to close, you have to finish this I, so it becomes completely zero, your existence becomes zero in your meditation. Or you can go on expanding this I larger and larger and larger, going to the all horizons, so that your personal I, your personal identity is totally merged into the universal identity. Mind well, these are not only words. Otherwise, we are habituated to listen to these words in so-called spiritual practices and read these words in the spiritual books. But the real fun will happen only when you come to know the very real meaning. You come to know the very first-hand experience of this. That's what I am telling you. Expanding I or closing the I. Now, this is one way. In this today's speech, I am giving you one way. Like you can just close it. That I has to. You have to practice this sort of mindset that I am not there at all. I does not exist at all. I is totally imaginary. So you have to close that also. Either open it to such an extent and expand it and expand it and expand it so that I doesn't remain there. Either you yourself kill the I, or you expand it so much that it does not remain there, it is again finished. So the final target, our objective, our ambition happens to be closing the I. in any way, in whatever way you do it, either maybe it's zero or infinity. The two entities in mathematics, either zero or infinity, either nothingness or everythingness. And philosophically speaking, all those experienced and wise persons, persons having that spiritual wisdom, they have said that this zero, nothingness, is nothing but the everything. Nothing and everything become synonymous. They become, in the world of spiritual experiences, having nothing there, no existence at all, nothing becomes completely everything. When whole thing is, included in your consciousness, everything, that nothing remains outside, nothing is rejected, nothing is left aside, everything included, entire existence happens into your own mind. It pours into you. Entire cosmos, entire existence pours into your I. Then this I does not remain. You do not remain there at all. You are completely finished. That, finishing ourselves is such a tremendous joy, such an act of happening. That happening is just, the words are incomplete there to describe that really. I tell you that experience of having no I there. Because this I has been burdened throughout our life. In your waking state, you are thinking, you are dreaming, you are imagining, you are feeling joy, you are feeling sorrow, you are feeling ambitious, you are feeling depressed. All these things are all the time there. And this becomes the burden for your I. This I is attached, identified with your own physical body. It is attached with your all mental emotions, with your all kinds of mental activities. This burden of I, when it gets to vanish, there the real meditation begins. When it has been said that when in meditation, meditator does not remain. That is real meditation. Meditation is that state of mind or that state of being when nobody is present over there. Again, I repeat that this is not the play of words, mind well. It's a kind of experience that you take. When you have a little glimpse of this thing, then it becomes totally yours. Then you are so happy. Then you are so, full command, full mastery over this such kind of experience that okay, I have closed my eye and I do not remain. I am vanished. I no longer exist. Whatever exists is something else. I cannot give the words to that. It's only He, Tattvam Asi, as it is said, that thou art. You are that. That is, the master is saying to the disciple that you are that. When I say it with myself, then I have to say I am that. And that again you can give either any name for that. The universal soul or Brahma or Aham Brahmasmi, whatever you say. So it becomes the totality. So either zeroness or the totality, in both the cases, I does not remain. So our main, coming to conclusion, we can say that our main objective in any meditation happens to be encounter this I, try to find out it. That's why it is said, know thyself. To find out who am I. Who am I is again a very nice formula. Who am I? The greatest, the most important, perhaps the most difficult question, most strange and peculiar question happens to be in the entire human existence is, who am I? Because we take for granted this I and everything else takes place. But when we question itself, the very existence of I, when we challenge the very existence of this I, the real meditation begins. And then we have to again come back to our 2 steps meditation. That is, first, sit down quiet and calmly. Of course, you have to take deep breath. You have to, lower down your the speed of the breath. Be very calm, quiet, close the eyes. Closing the eyes is closing the gates. Closing the gates of your own existence from the outer world, detaching that, alienating that from the outer world, and then looking into within you. Then the real journey happens within. And then you have to go deeper to find out who this I is, or who I am. And then you come to know that you have to close this I also in order to open the realm of that meditation. My best wishes are there for these kinds of spiritual experiences for you. All the best, friends. Thank you.